I was in an X space earlier today with somebody that I met on TikTok. I met them while I was going live, while I was in a stretch where I went live more often. They haven't been on TikTok as much recently, and they've hosted X spaces a lot more than I have. Being in their space was nice because I saw I didn't see familiar faces. I was going to say I saw familiar faces. Some of the profile pictures feel familiar, but on X, in spaces, it's a voice only chat. Sometimes you can ask people to join, but on X, in spaces, it's a voice only chat. Sometimes you can ask people to join a space, and they will. If you share a space with someone, then they might join. This is a bit different than sending someone an invite to a meeting and not being able to do anything because you're trying to focus all of your time on not being late to that meeting. This is where policy is announced. Joe Biden announced that, well, there have been presidential announcements happening on X. So governmentally, top-down communication is happening on X. It does feel different to navigate X without having a blue check mark, and having conversations with people on X, I notice that I mostly want to have conversations with people who are trying to build things. Sometimes it's a bit easier to see who cares about what they're doing by acknowledging what they're willing to spend money on. So if I follow someone on X and I see them posting a lot and I see that they have a blue check mark, I'm more likely to check out their profile and consider, is this person seriously representing something that I want to integrate? This is a bit different than TikTok. Now I don't feel like I need to grow my TikTok account because 700 people is a lot of people. I have 700 mutuals and around 1,900 followers on TikTok. There are systems that have been dismantled that need to be in place, basically. System maintenance requires understanding the language of the system and being able to communicate to the different components. The work that I'm doing is because I've paid a lot of attention to where policy was being discussed, how it's being implemented, who it impacts, and how they can respond. In the future, we are allowed to look back on the past and say, wow, I wish I did this every day. I'm doing this every day. The reason I'm doing this every day is because in 1 year, when more systems have lost support, these systems that have been developed mindfully in community across social media platforms with community seated in person, with community seated in person, call back to drawing with people in Chicago. That's the Boone Tile Project, also known as the Boone Square Project, associated with Boone.land. I'm mentioning this in this format to post this video to YouTube to ask Gemini to summarize this video so I can ask ChatGPT to create a script so I can ask ChatGPT to create a script and make this more available to more people. There is a process that is mostly cultural where people want you to go through a series of validations from external people to verify that you've done that before. Going through this process sometimes makes the horde of people believe that you are worth having money. I'm trying to describe that I spend that you are worth having money. I'm trying to describe that I spend a lot of my time maintaining a system. Also, when you send me money, I'm more effective. It's easier for me to accomplish my social and interpersonal goals when I'm not stressed about funds. You can respond to that. Cheers.